is Tim Bontemps.
All you got to know about the Philadelphia 76ers season, fellas, is exit interviews were being conducted up until tip, and they were completed within 2 hours of the final buzzer of the season. And the Sixers have moved on to the summer of 2025.
As fast as possible.
As fast as humanly possible. That's right.
The Bulls won that game and closed the season 6-1. I think we should note that.
The Bulls love to win meaningless games in March and April, baby. Play-in Warriors.
All right, joining us from Memphis, Tennessee, where he was at the Grizzlies beating the Mavericks in a meaningless game, and the Grizzlies will be the 8th seed, is Ben McMahon.
Howdy, partners. Can I tell you a secret? I left before the game started. Felt like my time would be better spent with the old Clippers Warriors on the big screen, and I believe that was a solid decision on my part.
I was very glad that the exit interviews went so fast that I could watch the final few minutes of regulation and overtime of Warriors Clippers, which is great. So I got to see the end too.
There was not a serious examination of Gerson Yabusele's season by the 76ers media. So the main event on Sunday, obviously, was Clippers Warriors, which Steph Curry said before the game was going to feel like a Game 7. It went to overtime, high intensity game, and the Clippers get the win. By the way, let me just say a standout performance from James Harden in this game. I haven't decided on my full All-NBA team yet. That'll be in the next 24-ish hours. James Harden is a serious contender for an All-NBA spot, and talk about sending a message with his walk-off. 39 points, 10 assists, was an absolute killer in the overtime of this game, right out of the gates, hitting a three-pointer. However, before we talk about that in the Western standings, I just have to say, I would love to know what went through Ben Simmons' mind. Ben Simmons is sitting on the Clippers bench. There's less than 20 seconds left in overtime. It is a 2-point game, and Draymond Green gets the ball alone under the basket. And, we're doing this. I've got to fly to LA tonight, so we're doing this literally moments after the game ended. I don't know what Draymond is going to say. I don't know what Steve Kerr is going to say. From my vantage point, could be proven wrong, Draymond threw his body towards Kawhi Leonard. It was a very nice play.
Sure looked like a moment here at the center a few years ago.
No, I'll tell you what Ben Simmons was thinking. He was thinking, why didn't he pass out of that wide open layup?
Well, if he passed out of it, he wouldn't have had to sit there and listen with the missed layup. It was a beautiful play. They stretched out the Clippers defense. The ball went to the middle, and James Harden was left in a position where he had to decide between guarding Jimmy Butler in the corner or Draymond under the basket, and he kind of froze, and the ball went to Draymond. And it's a beautiful play call, and Draymond has a layup to tie the game, and he threw his body at Kawhi Leonard, I assume trying to get a 3-point play. Kawhi did not foul him. I'm not sure whether Kawhi processed in the moment what had happened or he got fortunate, but he didn't foul him, and Draymond biffed the layup. The Clippers get the rebound, end up getting one more point. Buddy Hield got off a 3 at the buzzer. It was a play that Steve Kerr has run in the past. It was actually an old Brad Stevens play where they throw across the side of the court. Buddy Hield got a decent look at it, but missed it. And now the Warriors, after all of that good work, and I mean, we knew this was going to happen to somebody. We knew that somebody was going to, sort of unfairly be in the play-in. And
unfairly.
Well, whatever. It's a 40.
It's not unfair. It's not unfair.
That's fine. You can.
By the way, just to emphasize the James Harden
wasn't done.
I was just going to say, because just to back up Brian's point, 12 of the 13 points in overtime for the Clippers. Also had a block and a steal. Just unbelievable performance from Harden. Close out what's been an awesome regular season.
And the Clippers do incredible work down the stretch and were rock solid throughout this entire game. Steph hit him with a huge fourth quarter, and they just survived every punch. And
okay, back to the Warriors violin music that you were on.
Yeah, he's
a company man, McMahon. He's a company man.
They had 48 wins. They tied with the Grizzlies. They have the tiebreaker over the Grizzlies, so they get. I'm laughing at your company man line. They get the 7 seed. They will have to play Tuesday night against the Grizzlies. They will host.
Well, that ain't a tough task. The Grizzlies haven't beaten a Western Conference team with a winning record since frickin' January.
Well, be that
we'll
as it
see.
may.
The Warriors are running on fumes. Jimmy Butler was limping around at the end of the game. They got to play 48 hours later. I know Memphis has to travel, but we'll see if they can take care of business in that game.
Well, listen, and there's that little Grizzlies Warriors rivalry. Oh, yes, sir. There's the code, baby. So be on the lookout for some code violations Tuesday. They like to talk about that when these teams meet. Oh, John Morant been launching grenades, not beating any good teams, but he's been launching grenades and putting up big numbers. I tell you what, though, man, I'm excited. This is what I wanted to see because you know what? I want to see Warriors Rockets. I want to see what Steph Curry's got for those Rockets who just shut him down, smothered him after Ime Udoka was talking all that trash at halftime. That's a sweet series. Lakers Warriors, if that happens, that's a second round series. We don't need that in the first round. This is the way it was supposed to be.
Jimmy Butler, 48 minutes and almost certainly a quad contusion in this game. Steph Curry, 38 minutes. He had a whole bunch of turnovers in this game. And he's got a thumb injury that he aggravated over the weekend. So
maybe that affected the turnovers, 8, but it didn't affect the shooting, 7 of 12 from 3.
Well, he was dancing. I will say this, he hit a 3 to put the Warriors up 4 at one point. He was dancing. And I was like, Steph, don't dance, buddy. This one is not over with because the Clippers absorbed every one. Brandon Pajemski, 43 minutes.
You don't tell Steph.
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't tell Steph when to shimmy.
Fair
I
enough.
was going to say
he's the best damn shimmier in the league. Don't tell him when to shimmy.
Right
up there with Malik Beasley and Giannis now.
I was going to say that Steph will probably be on the cojones factor for the month of April just for doing the shimmy and putting them up with 18 in the fourth quarter as we have the ever-shifting rules on how it goes.
Once again, you expose your lack of knowledge of cojones. You don't even know where to find them anatomically.
Kawhi had 33 in this game. He wasn't as much of a factor down the stretch. He missed a shot at the buzzer of regulation. Draymond was on him for that. So that's a lot goes into that. A lot pours into that. The Clippers they played 4 of their starters over 40 minutes in this game. Kawhi with 47.
Harden with 48.
Well, when was the last time we think Kawhi played 47 minutes? I mean, it's got to be.
Kawhi has been playing great and playing heavy minutes since he came back.
Not 47
last 6 weeks. Well, I'm just saying though, he's been. I mean, the Clippers going. I mean, look, we haven't even laid out. Should we lay out now what the series are?
Yes, Go ahead.
So the Thunder will play, obviously, whoever winds up in the 8, the loser of Memphis, Golden State, and then the winner of Dallas and Sacramento. Sacramento eventually pulled away and beat the Zombie Suns today to get the 9 spot. So Dallas will go to Sacramento on Wednesday. Memphis will go to Golden State on Tuesday. We've then got, obviously, the Rockets are the 2nd seed, as McMahon said. They'll wait to see who gets the winner of that Memphis Golden State game. And then we have Lakers Wolves, which I think is a fascinating series after Minnesota, after Anthony Edwards got his 18th technical rescinded. So he was able to play in this game. Eventually eked out a win over Utah. Game was a lot closer than it should have been for a while.
Well, you know he got it rescinded, right? The Jazz lobbied for him to get it rescinded.
Good one.
And then we've got, I think, what's got a chance to be an absolutely epic series between the Denver Nuggets, won again today, and these Clippers, who have been rolling for weeks. Both of them, had big weeks to close it out and lock in top 6 spots in the West.
I found Kawhi's last 45-plus minute game. It was in a 176-175 double overtime loss to the Kings in February of 2023.